The first, thank you. The first person, right? Your email, okay? Your email ends with ro at hotmail.com. ro@hotmail.com. And your telephone number ends with 0049. 0049. Your email ends with ro@hotmail.com. Let me know if you are there, right? So, um, okay, I can see this. Okay, I can see. Okay. Okay. I'll just go through it. So in case if the person is there. So this person, your email ends with ro@hotmail.com and your telephone number ends with 0049. Okay. So yeah. So this is a good CV, right? So yeah, the career summary is good, and I like the fact that you've added the tools and um also added some summaries to that, which is good. The format is also great as well anyway. So technical skills, soft skills, and experience. So in terms of the experience, I said the the date, right? So the date should be month slash year, right? But in this case, you only put year. So you need to put month slash year anyway. So that's one thing that you need to look into, right? Okay. So I think the first one, right, is good anyway. So if in terms of the first row that you added, so if you can add the project and the tool at the end of the responsibility, that would be good. So the second row that you added there, I would just leave it as I will remove the two titles that you put in there because they are not related to the role that you are looking for, and use the third title, that officer slash yeah. So and that's one thing I would use anyway. So I would just say officer blah 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 and the name of the company, and then also put the month and year to the month and year as well. So I like the fact that you've kind of extracted the one that is related to BA within that particular responsibility, right? Which is good. And yeah, so the same thing you would also, yeah, do on this third one as well. So the responsibility is good, but you just need to kind of, yeah, make sure because the title, right, sometimes will give it away. So just remove the title starting from P, just leave the second one officer. And then, yeah, because just the title is the responsibility that they are looking for anyway. Yeah. And you can even say business blah blah officer anyway. So that would be good. I think the CV is good anyway. So well done on that aspect. So professional development, right? So and which I would uh yes, I think I can put that in the after the soft skills anyway. So the one that you put down. But this is good. So well done. Yeah. Okay. So next person. Right. Okay. Next person. Okay. Next person, your postcode ends with 6LR, and your email ends with ye@gmail.com, and your telephone number ends with 905. So if you are there, let me know. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. So I can see you. Okay, brilliant. So, okay, the professional summaries. So the professional summary looks good as well, right? But you got two paragraphs in there. So I would kind of put a breakpoint in one of them so that it separates the paragraphs, not like put them together. But in terms of the content, they seems okay, all right? So that is fine, right? So, and okay. Yeah, this is really, really good. So well done on that. I like the layout is brilliant anyway. So that is good. And also you've kind of taken uh, the advice. You've also added uh, authorization to work in the UK, ILR do not require, which I think is really, really good anyway. So well done on that aspect. So um certification, that's good. So what I can say first in terms of uh, the first row that you put in there, yeah. So 09 slash blah 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 dot present. So move it towards the console so that the dash present is on a line, on the same line anyway. So yeah, which is good. Yeah. Okay, all right, that's good. That is good. Okay, that's brilliant. So I like, yeah, I think the first line, the first responsibility is good anyway. So the only thing I want to say, for instance, Blue Sky, we always put the B as capital and the S also as capital, but they are one word anyway. So if that's fine. So if that's okay, I think he used that in other places anyway, but in the one on the uh where you have the roles and title, yeah, you kind of do that wrongly. So, but except from that, the first response is okay. You already even put in the project, and also you also added the tools as well. If I want to be picky, I would say to make it better, right? You've got the responsibility on the first row, right? Which is good. And it aligns with the project on that row, which is fine. So, but if you look at the fact that work as a Scrum Master, which is the description under the project, right? If you can make it to align, the bullet point to be aligned with the responsibility at the top, the one that you have champion continuous improvement, right? So that the work as Scrum Master aligns with that one, so that they are aligned. It would really be good. But what you've done is also good as well. Anyway, so in terms of the responsibility. The content is okay as well. Moving on to the next one. So yeah, so that also is good. Responsibility. Yeah, I like your action words, which is really, really good. All those action words that you've used. And yeah, and okay. I like the fact that you've added achievement onto the second one, but because you didn't add to the first one, so that can also something like maybe something you want to also put so that you are consistent as well. Anyway, yeah. So okay. So and I think the other third one also looks good anyway. So and so, but one thing that you need to look into, right? So is yeah. So okay. So which I think is okay, but you need to kind of separate the volunteering uh I have a way to separate it properly so that people don't look at the fact that, oh, there's overlap and you are working two jobs anyway. Do you get it now? But it's okay in the UK for you to have a main job and then you are volunteering in another place, which I think is fine anyway. But look into that so that those ones are not kind of they're not looking as if you're actually doing two jobs anyway, but it's okay. So basically, maybe what you can have is to have a title before the volunteering to say volunteering roles, right? So that they know that what they are looking next are going to be only the volunteering anyway. So they don't consider them as being overlapping with your present roles anyway. So, but this is really, really good. Well done. Yeah. Okay. So next one, right? So uh okay, your telephone number ends with 305. 305. Your email ends with ni@gmail.com, right? And your postcode is SE2, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, okay. So let me know if you are there. All right. So okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. So, okay. I think I can see you. Okay. So, okay. So, first one, right? Uh, the either can be improved, to be honest. One, okay. Let's talk about yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I will say what's in my mind anyway. So and yeah. So uh I know maybe you prefer the long name, right? I would just say, yeah, if at a particular time you feel like you've applied and this is not working, right? I would say shorten the name. Okay, if that is fine. Then also the postcode, the eight, there's a dot at the end, remove the dot, okay? So and So I'm going to assume that you are not British, you don't have indefinite leave to remain, right? But if you have any of those, please do add it, okay? If that's fine. So then moving to personal profile, right? If you can you remove them or can you refine them actually? It seems long. I want 2 paragraphs, right? So just kind of reduce it to 70% of what you have, right? And try as much as possible not to use less of I in the personal profile, right? You and if you can, right? So you don't use any pronoun, anything. So for instance, okay, as a business analyst with blah blah blah, yeah, having blah blah blah. So you don't need even to use I, you don't need to use third person singular, or okay. So if you can do that, that would really, really be good. So yeah, in terms of the profile anyway. So for instance, if you say the last one that you wrote, the last paragraph, as an experience, blah, 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 with keen interest, blah, 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 do you get now? Who is currently looking? So now I've removed I am currently, right? Who is currently seeking? So yeah, so you can refine it to that anyway. So if that is fine. So then, okay, then the skills. So one thing I want to know is like, did you use a template for this, right? Or you just start fresh like that anyway? Because I think this could be improved, right? With the details that you have in there anyway, right? So, okay. So, skills, technical skills, I think you need to look into that. The first one is Agile is a technical skill, right? Maybe you are talking about soft skills, right? So for instance, Agile Scrum Master or Agile Scrum is not a soft skill, it's a technical skill. Anyway, so you need to refine that. What is the first one? Are you talking about soft skill? And the next one is a technical skill. So look into that anyway. Yeah. So, okay, moving on to the experience. And I think I'm having a feeling that, yeah, this one could be improved. Your CV could be improved by using a template that is good, right? Because you've done a lot in there, you can improve that. So, okay, moving on to the experience, right? Blue Sky. So after you written Blue Sky, explain what Blue Sky is, right? Blue Sky is an agile development company that does it, that does that, blah, blah. Like 2 or 3 lines, it will be good anyway. So then your title, right? Okay. So, and I think you could do better because right now I can see title 6 lines, right? I'm expecting at least, let's say 10 lines, okay? In term of that, also, not only that, you would also, within your responsibility, infuse your tools that you've used inside, right? In that set responsibility. And then after you finish, right, you need to put your project at the end as well as another line. And then another line, you need to also put your the tools as well, right? The same way you have responsibility, right? So, and you would also have the project at the end of the role, and then you would then also have the tools that you use under responsibilities as well. So, yeah, so, and yeah, on the next one, I can see, right, you've put the name of the company, business analyst anyway, so which is fine. And then you've kind of explained that. So you need to do the same thing, that explanation. You need to do that with the blue sky one at the top. Yeah. Then you have the responsibility. So, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it seems the one that you put after the business analysis is your responsibility. But what exactly? Yeah, the just write a brief description about the company. And I think you've actually put responsibility at the top, and then you also kind of put some of them in the bullet points. I don't know why, right? So that you need to kind of work the yeah, you need to rework this anyway. Yeah. So okay. So next one, yeah. So in the next one, which is the role starting in February 2020, so you have I ensure I. So in your responsibilities, try as much as possible not to use I at all, right? Follow the same format at the top, right, for the one at the bottom as well. So and yeah, so yeah, you still need to kind of rework this, unfortunately, anyway. So yeah, and training and qualifications. Yeah, I would say this would benefit from using a good template anyway. So please ensure that if you can get it anyway, that would be good. Even the responsive your training and qualification, there's no date, there's no yeah. So I think you need to kind of because you've got very good certificate and trainings in there. So I would say format it properly because yeah, for instance, let's say MBA, blah, blah, which university, what date, and everything. So you need to look into that. And if it's okay, I would also advise that maybe bring it to the top, right? So if that is fine, okay, all right, cool. So that is that. So okay. The next person, right? Next person, your telephone number ends with 340, and your email ends with 2003 at yahoo.com. And your postcode ends with 3XP, 3XP. So if you're there, let me know. Right. So if you're there, let me know. So your telephone number ends with 7340 and your postcode ends with 3XP. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you. All right. So okay. So the top looks good. And yeah, let me start by looking into your LinkedIn profile, right? So, and if you go to LinkedIn, you can look at how you can make it smaller, right? So that the A200 at the end, you can remove it, right? So if you try to do that so that even your LinkedIn would be only your name and your last name, if that's fine anyway. So okay. So the career summary looks okay for me, right? So and 1 minute. The format looks some kind. Let me open in a new format. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The format looks, yeah, small, right? Even though I can see it's 12 fonts, but yeah, look into that if you can, yeah, if at your own part, yeah, at your own end, if the format also is small, because the font looks very, very small anyway. But if it's okay in your end, maybe it's my computer. So, but yeah. So the header looks okay in terms of the content. Yeah, that is fine. So And the summary is okay as well. Anyway, even though I could have said maybe add one or more sentence, maybe two sentences anyway, but it's still okay anyway. So education is fine. Certification is okay. All right. So, and another thing I want to say, just a quick one, right, for everybody in which I think I like what this person is doing anyway. Guys, certification or education for this particular program, you will post certificate in IT, then you put your role, right? For instance, let's say you are a Scrum Master or say certificate in IT, open bracket, Scrum Master, right? So from where, right? CLC College, London, okay? So that is for certification. Employment will be Blue Sky so that you separate it, right? So certification is from CLC College, then employment is from Blue Sky. Anyway, yeah. So technical skills, yeah. So attention to, yeah. Those are not technical skills. Those are soft skills. I think you duplicated it anyway. So I can't see technical skills at all. So just copy and paste the technical skills into soft skills. So you need to kind of watch that anyway. So you still need to put the technical skills there. Right. Work experience, right? So that is good. Okay, that is good. Then you put responsibility. That I like the fact that you okay within your responsibility, you added the tools, you added some of the things that's where which is good. So and also projects you've added, yeah, on that, analyzing the presence of e-commerce insights. Yeah, brilliant. That is good. And the tools and technologies, that also is awesome. So well done on that aspect. Okay. So, okay, all right. So that is good. Yeah. So yeah, well done on that. That is good. So you just, I think for this is only the format that it's something that you need to look into. And so whether it's small or not, maybe just the format that you selected, which is okay anyway. So yeah, the content looks okay. Okay. All right. So well done on that one anyway. Yeah. So next person, right? Your telephone number ends with 257 and your email ends with la@gmail.com, la@gmail.com. And okay, telephone number 1257. Right. Let me see if you are there. As I sent a private chat. Okay. 1257. That's the end of your telephone number, and your email ends with la@gmail.com. I can see, and I can see your text message. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you. So, okay. So, and okay. All right. So first thing, right? You don't need three names on your CV, right? Two should be fine. Your first name and your last name is fine. So you don't need middle name. You need to decide which name you want to use. Whether, of course, you can use your middle name and yeah, but you need your last name. Decide on one. That's fine. So yeah, okay. You put the role and also you added right to work, which is brilliant. Okay, and all those things anyway. So I would say that your your name, you can increase the font, right? I think it's more, right? So let me see the font that is there right now. 9, right? I think you can increase that to 14, right? Yeah. Even the LinkedIn, it's actually bigger than your name anyway, so you can use 14 or even 16, right? So okay, and also you can shorten the URL. So if you go to LinkedIn and see how you can shorten the LinkedIn, so maybe if allow me, can put that. If everyone is struggling with that, we can look into that next week on how to shorten your long URL anyway. So okay. So first thing first, anyway. So the first line of your summary, there's a space before the data analyst anyway. So remove the space anyway. So then, okay. And the same thing applies to the compliance as well. There's a space there. So then after the SSMS, put and leave a space, leave enter and put a space so that at least it separates it as another paragraph. Anyway, so I think most of the paragraph there seems to be space at the beginning anyway. So watch out for that and correct all those ones. And most of these things. So you ask, there's a space at the beginning of all these things, so you need to kind of look into that. Yeah. Okay. I would say you should look for another template for this one as well, anyway, because for instance, when you talk about the skills, which is good, I like the fact that you kind of categorize them into different parts, which is good. But if you, yeah, which I think you should do, even if you get another template, but the skills, yeah, it should be kind of, the title should be pronounced right from the other thing, that the other text anyway. So if that's fine. So I will just review based on the content. So, but I would ask you to look into changing the format anyway. So, okay. And you can see even experience, you also put it together with AKR, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I don't know what that is anyway. AKR, which brand. So if you're yeah, so for Blue Sky, you don't need to put internship, right? You just if you're a DA or BA, just say BA or DA anyway. So you don't need to say internship, right? Then after that, also talk about what Blue Sky is, right? Then or after that, you then put your responsibility. You've added 5 responsibility. Like I said, I'm expecting at least like 10 responsibility. Then after you finish that, you put the project that you worked on, right? And then, yeah. So for data analyst, you add a lot of projects. So you can't add all the projects that your tutor gave to you, right? Because each of the tutors, I think they gave you different projects. So you can add those ones as well. Of course, you can also add um the Covey website, Covey Culture website as well. Anyway, so which I think is good. And yeah, okay. So yeah, I think you still need a little work on this one, if that's fine. Thank you. Okay, next person, right? So your okay, this is not ready at all, at all, at all. This is not ready at all. So this is just quickly just put together, right? And yeah, even assist and to be is still all over the place anyway. And in fact, there's no telephone number, there is no email address, nothing. Okay. So I would also kind of, yeah, you've added this person now, you've added a middle name, right? And the middle names, I don't want to call you, yeah, because it seems the first one. The middle one ends with NSO. The middle, yeah, end with SNSO, right? You are a business analyst. Yeah, your middle name ends with SNSO. So, and your middle name also starts with C anyway. So, in fact, you don't, when you finish, rewrite this CV because this needs to be rewritten completely, actually. So, you don't need the middle name, right? Use your first name and your last name anyway. So, and your profile still need to be reworked. You need a new template, right? So the core competence, you need to kind of refine them as well, right? Project experience, you need to remove the project, just say experience. So have a template and follow those templates anyway. So responsibilities that you added needs to be worked on as well. So you still need to work on that aspect. And the same thing with ed all those education as well. So yeah. So yes, I think this needs, yeah, you still need a lot of work on this one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next one, right? So oh, okay, it's already 10 o'clock. Apologies, guys. So next person, your telephone number ends with 505. 505. Your postcode ends with 9NW, right? Let me know if you are there. 9NW, telephone number ending with 505. Your email ends with e2@outlook.com. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you. So, okay, for this one, I really don't get anyway. Yeah, this is all over the place. This is the all over the place. First thing first. Anyway, I don't even know the role that you're applying for. All right. So the name is different. I don't know whether you, yeah, got the CV from someone, right? Anyway, so it's a Scrum Master, and also the name is different, and yeah. So, but however, right, the title is okay anyway. Yeah, you put your name, you put your email address, and also the telephone, the address, but your the road that you are looking for, I don't I don't think that's right anyway. So similar to, yeah, I would say you need to look for a different font, okay? And a different template, right? So even the font is all over the place, the beauty of copy and paste anyway. So you need to kind of, yeah, and they are all scattered as well, right? So this still need a brief of work, but looking at the content, I like the responsibilities. So you put a lot of work on that one, so which is good. Well done on that. So yeah, that will stand out anyway. So that is fine. So project, you added the project, you added so yeah. So in terms of right, template, right? So I think you need a new one, but you've got good responsibilities that you've added, and you've also added the project. You've also added the tools, and which you can add more onto the tools and technologies as well. So, but you need to kind of rework this one. This is not ready anyway. Next person, right? So next person, your telephone number ends with 499, 499, 499, and your postcode ends with 3BE, 3BE, and your email ends with fe@gmail.com. Can you confirm if you are there? Send a private chat to me. So if you're there, can you send a private chat? So that is telephone number ending with 499, and your email ends with 3BE, and your postcode ending with 3BE, and your email ending with fe@gmail.com. So is this person here? So I'm going to assume that it's not here. Let me check. Okay, so it's not. Okay, all right. So I'm going to kind of do the review in case the person is would listen. Okay, I think the summary looks okay, even though it's still there are a lot of meat in it, but I felt that there's still something kind of off. I thought, yeah, I like the starting point, resource driven data analyst, blah blah. Yeah, with hands-on experience. And yeah, so but I think it's yeah, maybe it's me that's difficult to be pleased anyway, but it looks okay. But if I was to kind of okay, I can put it put normal paragraph anyway after the efficiency anyway. But yeah, maybe I was expecting more anyway, but except from that, I think is okay anyway. So let's move to the education. Put a space, yeah, to separate the profile from the education, right? So then in terms of the education, so MSc, blah, 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 University of blah, blah, blah. So 2025. Then on the same line, you now put another MSc, blah, blah, blah. So I think that should come to the next line, right? They say, yeah, that education is kind of mixed together. So you need to look into that anyway. So yeah. So okay, okay. So yeah, and also certification is good anyway, but on the same line where you have your certification, you have the soft skills. So you need to watch out for yeah, all these little thing here and there anyway. So bring the soft skill down so that it's beside is yeah, it's above these your soft skills anyway. Technical skills are good, well done, yeah. So work experience. So like I said, Blue Sky, the S is capital, right? So um okay. So you just say data analyst, you don't need to say intern if that's okay. So so the bullet points for the responsibility. So watch out for that. I think I really don't like how it is to yeah. So if you look into this better, I would say that okay, this one also could benefit from maybe looking into um a better format of your, let's say, or better template anyway. So, okay. For having said that, right, in terms of the responsibility that you added, it seems good, right? But it's all over the place because the bullet points is all over the place. So you need to look out for that anyway. So what I would say is like remove the bullet points, put everything starting the responsibility from one line, right? Then copy and paste, use uh a different template and paste them as text only, not with the format. So that would be better anyway. But the responsibility is good, the content is good. I like the fact that you've also added the tools within the responsibilities as well, which is good. So at the end of the responsibility, you've added the projects, well, which is good. And I would say that you can split the project because one, you've added one project, so you can add other projects from other tutors as well that they taught you. So which is really, really good. Well done on that aspect. So and also the tools, you added the tools as well. So that is good. So and yeah, so I don't know how you're going to fix this one because you have two roles that are running concurrently. So you need to watch out for that anyway. So yeah, so that's another thing that I would, yeah, maybe need to watch out for. So yeah, so yeah. So I think you need to follow the approach, right? So of the one that you use at the top and then make sure that you implement that in the next one. Anyway, so okay. So next person, right? So your telephone number ends with ends with 870 and your email ends with mi@blueskycitadel.com, right? And your okay, and your postcode ends with 6BS, 6BS, 6BS. Okay. And if you're there, if you can send a private chat on to me, private chat. I said private chat. Okay. Okay, cool. Thank you. So first thing first, right? The email address that was given to you by Blue Sky is your official email. It doesn't have to go on your CV because on your CV, you need to use a personal email, right? So what happens if you leave Blue Sky, right? Are you going to still be using the email address? So please change that to your personal email, okay? If that is fine. So, okay. So first thing, I think the telephone number that you put in there, right? Yeah, you put O instead of zero at the starting. you put 077 instead of 0. So you need to change that anyway. So yeah. So then your address 11 blah blah blah. So they need to put space before the name of the road, right? So if that's okay. um, okay, so I think okay, so certification. So this is totally wrong. You put certification, Scrum Master, BA, blah blah. Please don't do that. So you need to stick to what you are giving, right? Certificate in IT, quality assurance, and please remove the rest. Okay, thank you. So, and career summary, yeah, you can improve on that anyway. So I would say you put three, like 3 lines per paragraph, so I can maybe match the two paragraphs together into one paragraph and then add another one anyway. So for that, then also, for instance, adaptable and the blah blah with 3 months of hands-on. I will remove the 3 months. Okay, I will just say software tester with hands-on experience working, so that you don't need to say 3 months anyway. So let them find it out from your responsibilities or your role. So if that's okay, so I would be silent on that. If that's fine, so then technical skills, that is good. Soft skills, so you need to watch, yeah, soft skills, the skills, I think, look into the format of the skills. I think, S is big and the other one is so small anyway. So yeah, look into what you did there anyway. So then in terms of work experience, so, and yeah, you have different formats, okay, different fonts, right? Your work experience and your responsibilities, the work experience, when you have the description about BlueSky, it's, yeah, is on 12 fonts, right? Where your responsibility is on 18 fonts. So ensure that, yeah, you are consistent with the formatting. Yeah. By the way, I think, yeah, the description about Blue Sky is okay. The responsibility seems to be fine as well. So well done on that aspect. But you need to, yeah, ensure that the font, it's also good as well. It aligns with the previous one. So you've also added the project as well, which is good, and you put the tools, and yeah. So well done on that aspect. So that is good. Yeah. So moving on quickly to the next person, right? Your telephone number ends with 164. Your telephone number ends with 164, and your email ends with ye@gmail.com. ye@gmail.com. So let me see. Okay. Are you there? So I can see any message from you. So if you are there, you need to let me know. So your telephone number ends with 164, and your email ends with aye@gmail.com. aye@gmail.com. So let me know if you are there. Send a private chat to me. Private chat on Zoom. Private chat on Zoom. Right. I can see anything. Okay. I'm just going to kind of review quickly. Okay. Okay, all right. So it seems the title is okay. The career summary, like I said to the other guy as well, in your career summary, try to refrain from using I in the career summary, if that's okay. So, education, yeah. So, which is fine. So yeah, your certification, the font is very big compared to the other. Look into that. Technical skills, those things are not technical skills anyway. So, and soft skills, yeah. So you need to look into technical skills. So, yeah, you've only added the soft skills in there. So, and you call it technical skills. So, and the work experience, yeah, this thing, you just, yeah. I think what you guys did, you were just copy on, and please don't copy from other person. So please don't share your CV with anyone, because I've seen copy of CVs now, right? So which is similar to each other. I don't know if you guys are sharing your CV with one another. So please don't do that, okay? So I can see similarities within that anyway. So please, yeah. So this thing needs a brief of work, actually, right? Okay, I've reviewed this one. Yeah, I think it's this particular person. Yeah, your telephone number ends with 505, 505. Anyway, I've done. I think you put two, right? This is you kind of doing a quick update to the name, right? But it still need a lot of work actually. So I would skip on that anyway. Yeah. So next person. Okay. Next person, your telephone number ends with 058 and your email ends with ne@yahoo.com. ne@yahoo.com. Okay. So your telephone number ends with 058 and your email ends with ne@yahoo.com. So if you can send a private chat. Okay, thank you. Okay, okay. First thing first, actually. So on a CV, right? Maybe based on where you are. So I'm going to review based on my knowledge in the UK, right? First thing, place is okay, right? So, but not even place of birth, actually, or date of birth. So that is not required, right? Nationality, if it's not the one that it's going to make you to get the job in your location, it is not required. So I would only ask someone to put nationality. For instance, if you are looking for a role in the UK and you are British, you put nationality British. I don't expect you to say nationality Nigeria, right? Because that will not get you a role in the UK. Doesn't. So everything that you add onto your CV, you need to be asking question, is this one going to help me to get a job or not? Right. So that's one thing that you need to look into, right? So yeah, and maybe also add your LinkedIn profile. So I would say, right. So I think the template is good, but you've actually kind of done a bad job on it, to be honest. Apologies, right? So maybe you need to look at the original template again. For instance, this template, I've seen it before, right? I've It's got professional summary at the top before you put your professional summary. So you've removed that. I say you should bring it back anyway, then put the professional summary. You've put your professional summary in quotes and italics. It doesn't need to be in italics, and you don't need to put it in quotes, okay? And yeah, but in terms of the content, right? So I would say, yeah, you have so if you and my extended, so if you can, yeah, ensure that you remove that. That would be good. I love the fact that you said, oh, yeah, proficiency in more than 5 international languages, which is brilliant. I would then pull the languages, right? I would say international languages like French, English, Spanish, German, or um, and maybe Yoruba. It's an international language. So I'm just joking, but I would list them so that they know these languages that you are talking about anyway. So education, right? That seems okay. So okay, okay. So at this point, I don't think you need the ordinary level again, right? So I will remove that. And I don't think you need the advanced level, right? Because once you already have the LLB, right, that the rest, I think you need to remove it. Like advanced level, ordinary level, I would remove that. Okay. So going back to the professional background, which is fine. So there's a space before the November, blah, blah, blah. So you need to remove that space. Then blue sky, S is capital, and the Citadel is also capital, right? So I like the fact that you've added your responsibility like an achievement-based one, right? With some of the things that you achieve, which is good, right? So, and the only thing that I would ask you to do is to also add some of the tools that you used inside the responsibility. And as well, if you can also add it at the end and the project that you worked, it would be good. So, okay. So then another thing in the, okay, you added maternity leave, which is okay. All right. So beginner, okay. I think there's a typo in that. Okay. So, and I like the fact that you then say, okay, this is what I was actually doing within my maternity, which is good anyway. So well done. Okay. Okay. So I think this could be a very good CV, right? So you just need to look at the structure again, right? And try to kind of look at what you are driving at. What is your story? What do you want to sell, right? That's one thing that you need to look into, right? And I think this could be one, yeah, because the responsibility are great, right? So, but now still a bit disjointed to say, okay, you need to bring them together, right, to narrate what you want to do, because it seems that even within the responsibility, there is between the different roles, you've done this role, this role, this role. So, and how do you bring them together? If you're looking for a Scrum Master role, right, try to bring only the roles or the responsibilities that are related to Scrum Master, right? So for instance, now, let's say in the one with you got project supervisor, which is brilliant. So project supervisor is related to Scrum Master. So you will bring that out. So you put marketing analyst. So which one is related? Which role or responsibility is related to Scrum Master? And that you, for instance, organizing trainings to the youth. Yeah, of course, as a Scrum Master, you'll be organizing different meetings. Do you get it now? So those are the things that you want to bring out. Do you get it now? So for instance, you also say, oh, one of my primary duty is to identify and design aggregate plans. So yeah, so which I think is also good, right? So designing aggregates or designing or identifying aggregate plans for consumer preference, that also is also good anyway, because it's an transferable skill anyway. So yeah, you just need to look into the story that you want to actually say, right? Okay. And another person, your CV, telephone number ends with 125, telephone number ending with 125, and email ending with 24@gmail.com, 24@gmail.com. If you're there, let me know, right? So, okay. All right, cool. Thank you. So, okay. So, okay. All right. First thing, right? So, okay. mm, So I'm going to assume that you don't have ILR and also you are not British yet, right? So based on that, I would, yeah, because if you are, maybe you need to put at the top. So, and okay, and so for instance, I don't know why you are putting United Kingdom if you cannot put a postcode. So yeah, I don't know about that anyway, but I will pass on that aspect anyway. So let's leave that for now. Then profile and practice. So I don't think you need to put and Nigeria. So nobody cares, to be honest. So I will remove and Nigeria in your profile statement anyway. So across the UK is fine. So proving blah 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 and skills in, yeah. So you need, yes. To be honest, I don't know. I don't like this template that you choose anyway. So I would say maybe look for a better one, right? So yeah, it will make your job easier, right? And also bring it out anyway. So please, if you can, yeah, look for a better template anyway. So and look for a template that is only one color, black, not like blue and black anyway. Sometimes having two colors sometimes doesn't catch it anyway. So, and okay, so but in terms of your profile that you added there, they seems okay, they are fine. So, and the only thing if I want to add, I would say maybe add some of the tools within your profile as well to make it richer. So core skills are good, right? So and yeah, you can bolding them, so just to make them highlighted anyway. So like for Agile, Scrum, and everything. So that also is good. Then next one, Blue Sky is one word anyway. So yeah, uh, projects. Okay, that is fine. So you can expand on the description of the project or Blue Sky. Summary is okay. Okay, and responsibility is seems to be fine. You've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can pass for that. That is okay. And yeah, so and the other one, yeah, so that also is good. Project, yeah, yeah. So I think this is a good CV. But to be honest, I will use another template that will bring it out completely, right? Because this doesn't do the justice, right, for the CV, right? So it's kind of when I see a CV like that, I look at the fact that maybe it's not professionally done, right? But the content is there, everything seems to be fine, but it's still, I think the Minder's touch, right, is still missing. Do you get it? Now it's like you are looking for the Maggie inside uh the stew, even though you know everything is there, but the taste is still not really good. But I would say you got what you need, but get a different template, right? That would do the justice. And I will bring the education to the top, right? So that your experience starts on the second line anyway. So if that's fine. So and also, right. So this is what I would do, right? The let's say for instance on the Blue Sky one, where you say project, I'll bring the project down after the responsibility, then I will explain the project, right? So the summary that you put in there is fine. That is for Blue Sky, but remove the project, bring it down after the responsibility. Then after that, I would also add the tools for this particular project, for this particular roles anyway, so that one way or the other, your tools is appearing on your summary tools, right? And also is also appearing on each of your responsibilities anyway. So, and you put course keys as well at the top, right? So, and I would say you also need like technical skills or tools at the bottom after that as well, anyway, so that you can list the tools that you used on all the projects. So yeah, I think you can improve on that anyway. So well done. Okay, so moving on to next one. Apologies, I think guys, the law CV. I was not even expecting a lot of this, but yeah, but well done for sending across. Uh, so next person, your telephone number ends is 401 and your email ends with em@gmail.com, em@gmail.com, and your telephone number ends with 401. So are you there? If you can send a private chat to me, right? So, okay, private chat. Okay, it's not here, right? Okay, I'll just quickly review in case you want to check the video. So, okay, so this person is a keyway, right? Okay, okay. So, first thing first, career profile. As a keyway, uh, yeah, I think maybe other people can be forgiving, but as a keyway, you don't have, yeah, you won't be forgiven if you have a typo. If you have typos on your CV, it just shows that you've not properly read or tested your CV anyway. So software testing, you put it as one word, okay, and that is it anyway. So and so education, technical skills, it's fine. Okay, soft skills, fine. Work experience, okay. It's fine. So I think, yeah, you have, yeah, this one also did not, yeah, you've got a lot of typo on your CV, just kind of maybe um just quickly put together. So, and you just even copy and paste from different, and you even copy yeah, so to be honest, I'm going to pass on this one. Apologies. Okay, so this is not really, if it's not even ready for me to review anyway. Yeah. Okay. Next person, your telephone number ends with 39693 rather. 693 693, and your email ends with azi@gmail.com. 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 So if you're there, can you send a private chat to me on Zoom? So please, guys, yeah, because some people are sending different chat on different places. So if you send anything, I'm not checking anything anyway on any. So okay, thank you. I can see you. Okay. All right, cool. So first, yeah, your email is so long, you combine three names together. I don't know. Yeah, if you can't, maybe shorten it. That is one, right? So, so I'm going to assume also that you do not have ILR or you are not British yet. Anyway, if you do, you need to put that on the title anyway. So, okay. So professional summary, right? So, okay. Yeah, I think it looks good. It looks good. So well done on that aspect anyway. So yeah. So I will put the training and certification from where you put it at the bottom to the top, right? Anyway. So I don't know what that one is for, project analytical experience. I don't know whether you need that. And also education, I'll bring it to the top as well. Anyway. Okay. Okay. I kind of see a potential in this, right? You need a little of mentoring to restructure this anyway, right? So it's something that I would ask you to, yeah, speak to Allah with me or speak to myself, right? And I think you need a little kind of a little help, right? On this one, right? So yeah, uh, yeah, you need a little help anyway. So I think it's something that you could, yeah. But the starting point was good anyway, and I love the core skills as well, right? But of course, in the other part, yeah, yeah. I don't see the experience with Blue Sky in there, right? You need to work on that one as well. So I would say either speak to myself or speak to Olawumi. So I think, yeah, and send your CV to her or to myself if you, yeah, and say, okay, let's have a chat. I think if you allow me. So one area I want her to look into, because that's the one thing I'm actually pertaining to this CV, is the fact that, yeah, maybe, okay, all right. So I think we take that offline. Anyway, yeah. Okay, next person quickly. Yeah, okay, your telephone number ends with 692 and your postcode ends with 4DN and your email ends with ya@gmail.com. You can send a private chat to me on, yeah. So let me know. Okay. So are you there quickly? So apologies for the guys, the developer guys. Sorry, we start at 11. Apologies for that. So this person I'm reviewing the CV, your email ends with email ending with ya@gmail.com, and then your telephone number ending with 692, and your postcode ends with 4DN, 4DN, 4DN. Okay, 4DN. Okay, are you there? Okay, I need you to send a private chat to me on Zoom. All right. Okay, if it's not. Private chat on Zoom. All right. So, okay. All right. So I didn't receive anything. I'm just going to kind of do a quick review anyway. So, okay. The title looks okay at the top. Why? Which is good. So, first thing first, right? You need your UK number only. So I will remove the other one. So I've said remove the other one. So remove, yeah. So then, okay, so this from blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So yeah, the profile looks good as well. Anyway, so well done on that aspect. So So education, I think, yeah, you need to align them together, right? So, yeah, so the date is still all over and also the road. So I think you need a bit of work on that one. So, and yeah, statistics is in capital letter, but management is in lowercase. I think you need to bring them together in lowercase if that's fine. Yeah. Okay, all right. So even the certification, right? So 2005, I don't know. I think, yeah, seems to be, yeah, 2005 should be at the end of the London. So you need to kind of watch that anyway. So I think, yeah, you need to look into that. It's still kind of mixed together anyway. Technical skills, yeah. So I would say that if you can use, um columns, that would be good, right? So that you are able to separate them into two columns anyway. So soft skills, okay. So that is okay. All right. But sometimes it's good to simplify them anyway, but I will pass, I will leave them anyway. So let's move to the work experience. Yeah. So, okay, Agile. So, yeah, your first title, and then it has to be month slash year to present, right? So you can say month, right? 09 or zero, or yeah, slash 2025 dash present. So, and it has to be beside the title of the role anyway. So blue sky, so turns up, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's good. You've put in some parts. I don't have any reservation for that anyway, but well, it's okay anyway. So yeah. So yeah, so instead of saying waterfall, right, I would say project manager, right, in the other row, right? So if that is fine, then you list the responsibility. I think that needs to be expanded anyway. So yeah, so if that's okay. And there's a gap that you still need to fill, and there's almost like 5 years gap that you need to look into anyway. So the project, right? COVID culture, right? Yeah. So that should come under Blue Sky, not at the end, right? So you need to look into that anyway. Yeah. Okay. So this thing need a little work here and there anyway. So okay. Okay. All right. So I think it was even two CVs actually. Okay. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. All right, I think that is all. Apologies, I think it took a while, so I just want to, yeah, take my time anyway. But yeah, but you can actually watch the video and yeah. So if you, yeah. So okay, that is all. Thank you so